I'll read to you the intention or the meditation that will guide today's flow class. May I be grounded in the gift of this present moment. I am aware of the energy contained within my body and seek balance and harmony to guide an inspired path forward. So be it, so it is. Sit deeper and taller all at once, observing the groundedness between your body and the earth beneath you. And honor this intention of being grounded, being connected, undisturbed by all of the chaos or crises around you. Good. Connect your hands together at heart center. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, you're grounding. And now blink open your eyes. Inhale, sweep both arms high up overhead. Look towards your hands. As they meet, exhale and lower your hands down through heart center. Do that again, breathing in, pressing your breath out in all four directions. Reach your arms up. Breathing out, lower your hands down through heart center. Last time, inhale, scoop both arms up, look up. And as you exhale, release your hands to your heart. Interlace your hands when they get there and begin to move your hands around. Move your hands around, stretching, flexing, playing with your wrists. There's no rules here, really just moving. Good. And then pull your hands apart, open your arms wide into those goalpost shapes and start to twirl your wrists around. Great big circles in one direction, great big circles in another direction. Perfect. Drop your hands down onto your shoulders now and start to create similar circles, but this time with your elbows, really nurturing and nourishing your shoulder mobility here. A few movements in one direction and then turn it all the way around in the other direction. Delicious. Take your left hand down, stamp your palm on the ground, reach your right arm up and over. A big breath comes in to stretch your right fingers long, and as you exhale, sink your hips down. Inhale, reach away, letting the exhale really secure and ground your lower body. And now inhale, work your body back up through center, and exhale, tilt over in the opposite direction. Inhale, reach through your fingers. Exhale, sink a little deeper. Good. Inhale, pull your whole body up. Spread your fingers wide, lift up, look up. And as you exhale, rotate towards the right. Take your left hand to your thigh. Take your right hand behind you. Inhale, reach up through the crown of your head. Exhale, look back behind you. Inhale, reach both arms high up, and exhale, rotate in the opposite direction. Stay here. Inhale, lengthen through the crown of your head. Exhale, look back behind you. Inhale, reach both arms skyward. Exhale, take your hands, place them alongside your body. And when they get there, it's just your shoulders moving, starting to roll your shoulders up and back. Easing any tension through your shoulder joints, up into your collarbones, into your cervical and thoracic spine. So which directions now with those shoulders? Switch directions. Good. And our final piece of the puzzle here, take your hands down onto your thighs, tuck your chin in towards your chest, breathe a big breath into your upper back. Exhale here. And as you inhale, roll your left ear over towards your left shoulder. You might even take those right fingertips to the ground. Exhale, dip your chin back through your chest and let the opposite ear roll over towards its respective shoulder. Maybe the opposite hand grazes the mat. Roll your chin back down, lift your shoulders up, lift your head up, look up, bright eyes. Exhale, let it all go. Good. Piece by piece, we start to wake up the body. If you're sitting on a prop, move your prop out to the side and set your body down onto all fours. Really stack your joints so your shoulders are above your wrists and your hips are above your knees. As you breathe in, can you drop your stomach down, plug your shoulder blades back together, and lift your gaze up? As you breathe out, hollow out your belly, hover your belly button to your spine, puff between your shoulder blades, and look down. Cat cow. Inhale, drop your tummy down, roll your shoulder blades back, lift your heart and your chest. Exhale, round into your upper spine, look towards your navel, let your head hang heavy. One more time, just like that, moving your spine in this really fluid way, starting to ease out any tender spots. And when you return back to neutral, extend your right leg back behind you so you're on the ball of your right foot. Pull your belly in, creating a neutral spine. Your deep abdominals will feel engaged here. And now stretch your left arm forward and lift your right leg up. Stretch your left arm forward, lift your right leg up. Pull your belly in, push through your palm, and draw your right shoulder back. Inhale here. Exhale, hug your knee in towards your center. Bring your elbow and your knee together. Inhale, stretch everything back out. Exhale, pull it in. Remember, the whole time that you're moving through this action, your core is engaged and you're hollowing out through your belly. So your belly button feels like it's pulling in towards your spine as you come through extension and flexion. Gently release your hand, release your knee. Take cat-cow again. So dump your belly down, loop your shoulders back, lift your tailbone and your gaze up. And now round into your upper back and peer towards your tummy. Return back through neutral. Take your left leg, stretch your left leg out. The ball of your foot starts on your mat. Reach your right arm forward and notice how your belly wants to hang down. Can you draw your tailbone down so your belly engages and pulls in? Once you've found that stability through your core, lift your left leg up. Inhale, reach your arm and your leg away from one another. Exhale, hug everything in through center. Inhale, pulse your body long. Exhale, pull it really close in together. And continue to move almost methodically through this action of extension and compression. Noticing how much your belly wants to dump into the earth and continually drawing your tailbone down so your glutes and your core engage. Really good. Take your hand, take your knee down to your mat, separate your knees nice and wide, sink your hips low, stretch your arms far, child's pose. Stay here in child's pose for 5 deep breaths. 5 deep breaths, noticing how this little brief moment of rest can give you that sense of groundedness. In our flow classes, we move through these fast, abrupt actions, and coming into a place like child's pose is your chance to slow it down, to reconnect to purpose and intention. May I be grounded in the gift of this present moment. I am aware of the energy contained within my body and seek balance and harmony to guide an inspired path forward. Slowly ripple your body out of child's pose. Spread your fingers wide, stack your joints again. Hollow out your belly, hug it in towards your spine, and now elevate just your knees away from the earth. Press firm into your hands, send your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Bend deep into your right knee as you stretch your left hamstring long, push your heel towards the earth. Bend deep into your left knee, pressing down through your right heel now. And start that action of walking your dog, easing the body into more big and dynamic movements. Push the floor away with your hands. Take a big breath in. Exhale, let go of all your air. Bend into both knees. Drive your gaze forward, hop or step forward. Slide your hands up your shins to lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold forward. Push into your feet. Inhale, sweep both arms up. Exhale, take your hands to your heart center. Pause here. Pause here in mountain pose. Close your eyes. Lift up all 10 toes, spread them really wide, and one by one, imprint your toes into your mat. Feel the anchoring, the grounding through the soles of your feet. And as you feel that anchoring down, can you imagine the earth's energy moving up, connecting with your human body? Spread your fingers wide alongside your torso. Inhale, scoop both arms up. And even though you're reaching up, you're still rooting down through your feet. Exhale, hinge forward, fold forward. Inhale, slide your hands up your shins, lengthen halfway. Exhale, plant your palms, step into a high plank, and right away drop your knees down. Turn onto the tops of your feet, puff between your shoulder blades and look forward. Inhale here. As you exhale, bend your elbows into a micro tiny tricep push-up. As you inhale, come back up. Try that 2 more times. Engage your core as you take these small pulsations so the work comes out of your spine and into your belly. That's it. And now lower your body all the way down to your mat. Settle in, wiggle out your hips, wiggle out your bum. Take your fingertips just outside of your yoga mat. Press down through all 10 fingers, press down through all 10 toes, loop your shoulders back. Inhale, lift your heart up by any amount. Serpentine cobra, exhale, take it back down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, ground, connect and center back on your belly. This time, inhale, lift up, look over your right shoulder, your left shoulder might lower towards your mat. Come back down. Last time, inhale, lift up, look over your left shoulder, your right shoulder can lower. And exhale, release. Push your palms firm into the mat. Flex your feet, press into your hands, your knees, and your toes to lift yourself up and back through downward facing dog. Breathe here. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more breath comes in. Exhale, completely bend into your knees. Look forward. Take as many little bear walks forward as you need to. Slither your hands up your shins to lengthen your spine. Exhale, let everything go. And now push into your feet to reach and rise all the way up. Stretch your palms high. Exhale, replace your hands at heart center and release mountain pose. Pause here. Feel your feet in the earth. Feel the earth in your feet. Feel the oneness of you and nature. Hold on to that groundedness. Inhale, reach your arms high to the sky. Exhale, swan dive back to Mother Earth. Inhale, loop your shoulders back, lift your heart up halfway. Exhale, meet your hands to the earth, step both feet back and lower your knees just like you did before. Turn onto the tops of your feet. Snuggle your belly button in towards your spine, engage your core, and take 3 tricep push-ups, pulsing down and lifting up. Pulsing down, lifting up. Last time, pulse down, lift up. Go ahead and lower your whole torso, your whole body onto your mat. This time, take your palms on top of one another, either hand on top, and place your forehead on top of your hands. Take a big breath in. Exhale. Push your pubic bone down. Inhale, lift just your head up off your mat, stretching and extending your spine. Exhale, lower back down. Do that again. Inhale, just your head lifts up off your mat. Exhale, release. This time you might glue your fingertips, your palms towards your head and start to inhale, lift your head, your hands up off the mat by any amount. Exhale, release. Good. Big, tricky back bend. Plant your palms beside your torso. Push into your hands and your knees. Float up and back. Here's downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last breath in. Look forward. And as that exhale moves out of your body, bend into your knees. Crab walk forward. Inhale, slide your hands up your shins. Exhale, fold to the ground. Press firm into your feet. Lift everything else up or reach up. Exhale, release your hands to your heart. Mountain pose at the top of your yoga mat. Can you spread your feet hip distance apart and bend into your knees like you're sitting down into a chair, but firm, and fire up the muscles of your legs as soon as you get there. Now take your hands to heart center. Work your tailbone down, your spine lifts up, and feel that firm connection between the soles of your feet and the earth. Take a big breath in through your nose. Exhale, straighten your legs, fold all the way forward. Inhale, lift up your heart halfway. Exhale, ground your palms, step into high plank, and this time you might stay in high plank. Think about driving your shoulder blades back and reaching forward through the crown of your head. Engage your deep, deep core muscles. And now bend your elbows for that tricep push-up, but from high plank this time, just once, downward facing dog. Take a big breath in. Exhale. Inhale, slither your body forward. Can you exhale into that tricep push-up? But when you get there, turn onto the tops of your feet. Loop your shoulder blades back. Spread and smile across your collarbones for upward facing dog. Engage your glute muscles. Kick your hips back. Downward facing dog. Inhale here. Exhale. Look forward, inhale, step your right foot between your hands. And now drop your left knee down onto your yoga mat. If it's sensitive, take whatever prop you have nearby and tuck it underneath that left knee. Scissor your inner thighs together. Think about grounding or rooting through your inner right foot. And now inhale, squeeze your thighs in, reach both arms up. Exhale, hinge forward, stretch your arms back behind you. Inhale, a fluid low lunge, reach your arms up. Exhale, stretch both arms back behind you. Last time, inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, plant your palms, flex your left foot, kick up and back, downward facing dog. Take a big breath in and a huge exhale. Inhale, look forward, simply step your left foot forward, move your prop to support your right knee if you need to. as you drop that right knee down. Find stability by widening your legs, scissoring your inner thighs together. Inhale, reach your arms high. Exhale, extend your arms back behind you. Let that left big toe mound ground you as you reach your arms back up. Stay steady through the sole of your entire left foot as you stretch your arms back. One more time, root down and reach up simultaneously. Exhale, release your hands behind you. Plant your palms, flex your back foot, reach up and back, downward facing dog. Take a huge breath in through your nose, come up high onto your tippy toes. Exhale, bend your knees to hover above your mat. Inhale, could you hop or step forward right away, slide up to a halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Push deep into your seat, sinking low into that imaginary chair. Reach your arms forward. Exhale, come up, mountain pose. One hand rests on your heart, the other hand settles over top of it. Pause here and feel how sometimes a practice of movement, a contained and controlled practice, can prevent you or protect you from the chaos around you, from the spiraling out of control. Just come back to your mat when things feel like they're not grounded. Let's keep moving, keep focusing. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift your heart up halfway. Exhale, plant your palms, step into a high plank, lower your elbows halfway. Inhale, soar your heart open to the sky, look up, upward facing dog. Exhale, a strong core reaches your hips high to downward dog. Inhale here. Exhale, stabilize. Inhale, step your right foot between your hands. Drop your left knee again. A bit of a wider stance this time, so your right foot might open a bit further to the right. Scissor your inner thighs together. Inhale, reach both arms up. Good. Exhale, take your left hand to the inside of your right thigh. And inhale, reach your right arm up. Good. Try to work your right ribs up a little higher, and that might mean you're maneuvering or manipulating the location that your right foot is grounded. Breathing here, can you loop and roll your left shoulder back to create more space through the collarbones? Good. One more breath in, lift those top fingers higher, and as you exhale, plant your right hand, flex your left foot, push up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale here. Exhale. Perfect. Step your left foot between your hands. Lower that right leg. Remember, widen the stance this time. You know where you're going now. Inhale, stretch both arms high. Scissor your inner thighs together so your legs do lots of work here. Exhale, place your right hand to the inside of your left foot. Inhale, rotate your left ribs, lean towards the sky. Your left hand reaches high. Exhale here. Inhale, peel your left shoulder back so there's more space. There's less compression and more space. And exhale, take your left hand down, push back, downward facing dog. Inhale here. Come high up onto the balls of your feet. Exhale, bend into your knees. Look forward, spring forward, right into that 90-degree lift. Exhale, fold. Bend through your knees. Inhale, stretch both arms high. Exhale, mountain pose. The opposite hand rests on your heart and the other one will settle over that palm. 5 breaths here, maybe a drink of water. Feel what it feels like, what the balance is between that groundedness and that active, chaotic movement. Keep adding on. This time, bring your big toes together. Spread the rest of your toes really wide, like you've got those little pedicure foams between each of them, really wide, and grind them down into your mat. Now bend into both knees, stretch your arms forward for chair pose, draw your tailbone down, and collect your hands to your heart. Inhale, reach up through the crown of your head. Exhale, rotate towards the right. Push your left elbow into your right leg, reach the crown of your head forward, and draw your right ribs up. Draw your right ribs up and your right hip back. Now squeeze your knees in towards one another, pull your arms and your heart back through center. Rotate in the opposite direction. Use the resistance of your arm against your thigh to intensify that spinal twist. Inhale, the crown of your head stretches forward. Exhale, twist even deeper. And now inhale through center, reach your arms up, but your hips will stay low. Exhale, hinge forward, let it go. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, plant your palms, step into a high plank. This time, could you please lower all the way onto your tummy? All the way onto your tummy. Good. Walk your hands a footprint further back behind you so they settle right beside your side ribs. Roll your shoulder blades in towards one another, and those chicken wing bits of your elbows will hug each other tight. Push down through all 10 toes. Inhale just a few inches away from the floor. Such a small spinal extension here. Exhale, lower back down. Inhale, pulse just a few inches. Exhale to lower. Last time, inhale, lift your head and your chest. Could you also lift your hands just a few inches, engage your glutes and your core, engage your core. Lower back down. Flex your feet, push into your palms, lift up and back. Downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, look forward, step your right foot forward. Step your feet wide, at least hip distance apart, and feel the connection, the suctioning down through the four corners of your right foot. With that back leg lifted or released, stretch your arms back behind you so your back knee can be on the floor. And now inhale, lift your torso up. Here you are in a high lunge. But instead of reaching your arms high, can you place your palms together at your heart? Plug your right hip back, start to rotate towards the right. Take your left elbow across your right thigh. At any point, you can drop your back knee. But if it's lifted, it's strong and engaged. And as you come into this twist, the work is to use your body as a resistance band. Push your left elbow against your right thigh. Draw your right ribs up, scissor your right hip back, and your left hip comes forward. And only if your neck feels safe and your balance feels steady do you turn your gaze up. Take one more breath in. Exhale, lower both hands to your mat, push back, downward facing dog. Pause here, inhale. Big exhale comes out through your mouth as you twist and contort the body. Your breath helps ease and ground. Step your left foot between your hands. A deep, deep, wide stance before you scissor your inner thighs together and reach your hands back behind you. And now push down to reach your torso up and imprint your hands together at your heart. A deep sink into that left knee. Slowly rotate your torso, your palms towards the left. And as you drive your right elbow across your left thigh, come into a deep twisted lunge. If your back leg is lifted, it's strong and engaged. Your left ribs are rolling up, and the root, the groundedness is coming from the sole of your left foot. Take one more breath in. Exhale, release both hands down, push up, downward facing dog. Please take a deep breath in. And on an exhale, drop your knees down, mat distance apart. Bring your big toes to touch. Reach your arms forward and pause here. Child's pose for a well-deserved rest. 5 deep breaths here in child's pose. Good. Press your palms down. Lift your torso up. Come back onto all fours. Come back onto all fours. Your knees are still relatively wide. And as you inhale, drop your belly down, roll your shoulders back, and lift your gaze up. But as you exhale, round into your upper back, push the floor away, and sink your hips down towards your heels. As you inhale, slither your body forward, 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 close to your mat, coming up onto all fours into your cow shape. Gaze is up, spine is extended. As you exhale, round into your upper back, sink your hips down towards your heels, and melt towards child's pose. One more time, you're doing some spinal flossing, grounding and connecting towards the earth, only coming up for a little breath of air before rounding your spine and nestling back into child's pose. But this time, when you get to child's pose, could you walk your hands in towards your body and come to sit up on your heels. So you're sitting on your heels, stretching out the fronts of your ankles. And place your palms flat onto your thighs. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Open your mouth wide. Exhale. Feel the weight of your hips against your heels, the weight of your ankles against your mat, the weight of your mat against your floor, the weight of your floor against the earth. And soften into the support beneath you, like you could fall right through it if you let go of control here. Walk your hands back behind you. You could stay upright, seated, practicing some guided or self-guided meditation breaths here, or start to separate your knees about mat distance apart. Drive your tailbone down and begin to walk your hands back behind you. This might mean you stay up on your hands. You could also come down onto your elbows with your gaze dragging over your belly button. And depending on your spinal mobility, you could even opt to let your head hang heavy or maybe come right down onto your arms. How does it feel to move from these fast-paced movements and actions to a quieter, deeper stretch? 5 breaths wherever you've ended up. There is no right or wrong place to be. Gently, patiently walk your hands back into the earth. Lift yourself back up. Take your palms forward and slide your knees back to that quadruped position. So you're on all fours. To flex into your feet, spread your fingers wide, round into your upper back, and lift up into your hamstring stretch. Notice how it feels after you've done that big quad stretch on the ground. Take a breath in through your nose. Breathe out through your mouth. Look forward. Please step your right foot between your palms. Scissor your inner thighs together, reach your arms back, lift your torso up, and this time also lift your arms up. The work here in your legs is to continually drive that right hip back while internally rotating your left thigh. So it really is this scissoring action in your lower limbs. Now keep your lower limbs as they are. They are your foundation, your staff, and just open your torso to the right. To the right, maybe your arms open wide. And if you've come into this shape, could you bend deep into your right knee? And now take your right hand down your back thigh, lift your left arm skyward. Beautiful, bend into your left elbow, graze your right thigh with your left elbow, and maybe place your right hand on top of it. You've been here before. The option to build onto the shape this time would be to open both arms wide, continually rotating that right rib, all of the right ribs, up towards the ceiling. And now can you back out of that the same way you came in? So bend into your left hand, bend into your right hand, push through your feet, lift up, take your right hand down your back thigh, lift your left arm up, it might get wobbly. Open your arms wide, you're still facing the right, and only now do you cartwheel your palms down to the floor, step back, and find downward facing dog. Take a few cycles of breath here. Drive your gaze forward, bend into your left knee and step your left foot between your hands. A wide stance will give you more stability. Engage your core, reach your arms back behind you. And once you feel steady and grounded, lift your torso up. Also lift your arms up. Reach that right hip forward as your left hip comes back. Open both arms towards the left. Gaze towards the left. Drop your left hand down your back thigh. Reach your right arm up, 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 and away. And as you exhale, like a little raindrop falling on your thigh, your left elbow, your right elbow meets your left thigh. Your left hand meets your right hand. And maybe your palms and arms stretch open wide. Engage your legs when you get here. Breathe in. Breathe out, rewind, bend both elbows, place your palms together. Push firm into your feet, lift up straight into that extension. Your left hand comes down your back leg, your right arm reaches high. And now open both arms wide, look towards the left. Turn your gaze to the floor, cartwheel your hands to frame your left foot, push up and back, downward facing dog. Take a big breath in through your nose. Exhale with a sigh, out through your mouth. Now walk both hands towards your feet. Walk your hands all the way back to the back of your yoga mat. Take your peace and love fingers, bind them around your big toes. Inhale, spring your chest forward. Exhale, fold, let it go. Breathe here with your elbows hanging out to either side, pointing out to either side, the crown of your head drifting down. Pull your kneecaps up, feel that stretch in the deep back line of your legs. Really good, bend into your knees. Walk your hands up your body, a really, really, really slow ascent to mountain pose. At the back of your mat, mountain pose, close your eyes. Don't change anything, don't fix or perfect the shape. Notice how you stand, how you exist in space. Does it feel grounded? Take a big breath in. Exhale. Good work. Now may you step to the middle of your yoga mat, not to the front, just to the middle. And keep your left foot rooted onto the floor. Bend into your right knee. Bend into your right knee and maybe just nestle your right knee in towards your chest. Part of being grounded is finding balance, and balance comes from a stability through the core, a focus with your eyes, and really consistent breath. Option A, stay here. Left hand is on your left hip, okay? Option B, take those peace and love fingers, bind them around your right big toe. Option C, extend your right leg out towards the right. Extend your right leg out in front of you. And option D is to extend your right leg out towards the right. Now, if you've taken this full extension and hand to big toe pose, you might push yourself even further. I don't have room, but you might, to stretch your left arm out. And now the trickiest part would be to gaze over your left fingertips. Good. Rewind. Bring your left arm to your hip. Bring your right leg back through center. Listen carefully. Take your left hand to the outside of your right foot. It might get wobbly. If you fall out, come right back in. Left hand to the outside of your right foot. Inhale, kick that foot forward just for a moment. And as you exhale, can you hinge in? and then slowly release and shake it all out. Challenging your balance, your stability is so, so good for the bones and for the brain, right? Let's try that on the other side. I'll flip around here so I don't hit my wall. So this time, ground down through the sole of your right foot. Bend into your left knee, and phase one is just this little snuggle, this little nuzzle in towards your body. Phase two, take the left hand on the inside of the left leg and wrap your peace fingers around your left big toes. My right hand comes to my right hip now. Look at something completely still. Option to extend your left leg forward. Breathe and rest here. Option to open your left leg out to the left. It does not have to go into full extension. You do not need to straighten your leg. And the final piece to conquer in the pose, or at least explore, is to extend your right arm out and maybe even look over your right fingers. Wiggle your way back through center, right back to where you came. Left leg is extended out. And if you're still with me, take your right hand to the outside of your left foot. Kick forward, lean in, breathe in, and patiently release that foot down. Sway your hips side to side like a hula dancer. Maybe roll your shoulders a few times. And just find all those sticky bits. Let them go. Come on back to the top of our mat. We'll start to come down. We'll start to calm down. The shapes, the movements, the speed. Inhale, reach both arms up. A big exhale takes you down to the floor. Inhale, lift your heart up halfway. Exhale, plant your palms, step into a plank pose, lower halfway. Inhale into upward facing dog. Good. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, step your right foot between your hands. Lower your left knee either onto a prop or onto the floor. And now take your right hand to the inside of your right foot and heel toe your right foot to the outside edge of your mat for lizard lunge. Inhale, lift your chest up, look up. Exhale, sink your left hand down and place your right hand on your right thigh. Right hand on your right thigh. Start to drag that left leg forward so you're off the top of the patella and perhaps bend into your back knee. Now, could you reach your right hand back behind you and even catch your foot, your ankle, or your leg? And if you make the bind, kick your foot away while you pull it towards you. If you don't make the bind, it doesn't matter. Just reach or release. Take one more breath in. Exhale, rotate back through center. Walk your hands to the middle of your mat. Lean your hips towards your heels and lift up your right leg. Your right foot, lift up your right foot. Inhale to lengthen through your spine. Now as you exhale, just fold down. Let everything go here. Take another breath in. Really good, and out. Drag that right foot back. Move your prop and reach up, downward facing dog. If you'd like to flow through vinyasa, that's absolutely fine. Now step your left foot forward between your hands, drop down onto your right knee. Move that left foot to the outside edge of your mat so your left hand can come to the floor. Find pause, find stability, find the fall, the groundedness here. Perfect. Start to roll over towards the weight. Roll your weight onto your right hand. Take your left hand onto your left thigh and just rotate. You've done this so many times this class. Rotate your left ribs up. Maybe bend into your back knee. Reach back and catch your foot. So we prepped our quads for this big stretch in saddle or hero pose earlier. We prepped our ribs by taking all of those deep rotations in our chair shapes. Take a big breath in, feel an awakening through your shoulders. And as you exhale, retreat back through neutral. Move your hips towards your heels. Take your left hand to the outside edge of your left foot. Lift up your left toes and your spine. Inhale, exhale, savor this. A few breaths. Good. Start to peel your left foot back. Turn your whole body around and come onto your spine. Come down onto your spine, hug your knees into your chest, massage out your back body. So lean your weight from side to side. Maybe rock your head, take a big yawn, open and close your eyes, whatever feels nice here. And now place your right foot down, slide your left ankle across your right thigh, and find thread the needle pose. Both feet can stay flexed if that works for your joints. 5 big breaths here. Good. Unravel, unwind, switch sides, switch sides. The left knee pulls in, the right ankle slides across the left knee. Thread the needle. 5 breaths. Release those legs. Place both feet flat on your mat. Rock your knees towards one direction, either direction. Open your arms wide. Turn your gaze somewhere that feels good. Reclining spinal twist. Breathe here. Perfect. Bring your knees back through center. Slip them over to the other side. Your gaze goes to a place that feels safe, that feels supportive for your neck. Brilliant. Bring your knees back through center one final time. Pause here, take stock of what you're feeling in your body and your mind. Make any final movements that serve you, and then go ahead, flatten out your body for final Shavasana. Lie everything down, turn your palms to face up. And remember, being grounded will help you make decisions from a space of openness, willingness, and transformation. If your energy is allowed to run wild and you're not taking time to be in your body and feel centered and calm, then all will break. The higher you climb, the further you will fall. Grounding is imperative to managing your energy efficiently. May I be grounded in the gift of this present moment. I am aware of the energy contained within my body and seek balance and harmony to guide an inspired path forward. So be it, so it is. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Exhale, soften, drop in. I'll pull you out in a few minutes' time. Enjoy. Each week, I will give you the option to linger in Shavasana as long as you can. If your bed is nearby, you can sneak your body right into bed and take the deepest, most wonderful, grounded sleep imaginable. Please take one final deep breath in. Exhale all that air, all that work, all that energy. I leave you with a reminder to be compassionate, to be kind, and to stay grounded. Thank you so much for your practice.